Hello, streaming to you live. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Saturday, March 21st, 2026, and it's sunny Saturday. You can see the sun is shining in the window there, and it's day number 5 of Consistency is Boring. I want to talk a little bit about Pierre and the podcast with Joe Rogan that happened just the other day. And the reason why I want to talk about it because there are some interesting things that were mentioned in that podcast. One of those was talk about Pierre's history, where he's from, uh, what he was interested in, um, and a variety of different topics. Even the subject of GSP came up, which is good because they say that GSP is the GOAT, which is the greatest of all time when it comes to mixed martial arts. And why am I bringing it up? Because one of the things that Joe Rogan mentioned in the podcast yesterday was TRT. And TRT is testosterone therapy, which a lot of men are actually looking at as a form of, treatment. And personally, from my point of view, I don't think it's something that we should be looking at, because if you are reaping or if you need help with testosterone, well, then what are you not doing to uh, um, to increase it naturally? And why are you losing it? That's the other piece. Because it's one thing to say, oh, I can just inject it, like a steroid. Well, what are the outcomes of that? Well, Joe Rogan said quite bluntly that TRT is kind of like a steroid. And that raised a flag for me because I think he's telling the truth. Now, when you see GSP in his current form, he's still got his strength and mobility. So what is he doing? Well, in one video I watched recently, I can see bottles of water, certain kinds of bottle of water, and makes me wonder if he's drinking the cleanest and most absorbable. Because there are people that make it and sell it at a premium. Now, there's a reason for it, because you can only make the water with the machine that does it. And there's 13 international patents associated with it. So am I reaping the benefits when I drink it? Well, I don't think it's a fluke that I keep hitting over 200 beats per minute when it comes to a maximum heart rate. I'm just saying, I'm pretty consistent. Now, what about, athletic performance and other things? Are there other contributing factors to that? The answer is yes. And I've talked about this before, and that is the use of the X39 and the X49. So, brand new patches right here. That's the X39. And then X49 is right here. So, it's been, let's say, about, what time is it now? An hour. About an hour that I've been wearing the X49. And I put on the X39 earlier. So, the reason why I'm wearing them today is because I'm going to do a fitness stress test where I set a new level of difficulty last week, and I was this close to getting it, to setting another personal best that I set the week prior. And many of you know, if you follow, I'm a stickler for details, and I'm pretty consistent. And that consistency is boring, but when it comes to delivering results, it works. It's no different if you're boring in business. If you're consistent, you're going to get results. Now, I also support that with good nutritional habits as well. Oh, there's Phil. Hello, Phil. And I also sleep well. I make sure I get my rest and recover. And I use the glutathione patch, which is this one, to assist the antioxidant properties of the body. So that's when the 3 amino acids are being used to develop glutathione and help detox the body overnight. You wake up the next day, you feel good. So all these things that, if you choose to do them, can add up, and they basically can make you feel better. So yesterday I did the Feel It Friday workout, which was right here, flipping the cards, and it was tough. I would say it was difficult yesterday, and largely because of the first round. There was the biggest number of reps from what I can remember, based on what I've been recording actually now on the log sheet. If you go and you look at yesterday's replay, you'll see that the first round had a total of 215 reps, and that's the biggest number I've seen in a while. There was back in February there was 193. So prior to that, I hadn't experienced a big number, or first big round. It took me longer to get through it as a result. And while watching the replay, I also recognized that I missed to do 80 skips in the very last section of the ace that was flipped, and I'm gonna penalize myself for next week probably because of that, and make up for the shortcoming of yesterday. And that's me. I'm strict with my own ways, and trying to make sure that I'm how would you say, diligent, but also keeping things honest as well, because I strive on being honest with integrity and conviction. With that, more on Pierre. Do I think he is a liar? To some degree, I think he is. Because we all know as parents, or your siblings, if your parents, they know who their children are because they look like them. And in the first 10 minutes of the podcast between Joe Rogan and Pierre, Joe makes a subtle comment about Justin, and he said, "Oh yeah, it was about because Pierre had mentioned that he was in wrestling as a teenager, and there was a point where he injured his shoulder, and he had tendonitis, I guess, in the shoulder, and it basically was preventing him from being able to wrestle. And so he was at home, and he started getting bored because he couldn't do play the sport. And so it eventually led him to becoming involved with politics, and he said that he studied Castro a while back then. And Joe said, "Oh, that's Justin's father." And Pierre says, "No." I'm like, really? He's like, seriously? There's lots of records that really state that Fidel knew who his son was. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out, because an apple doesn't fall far from the tree. It never has, especially when it comes to genetics. You always can tell who the mother and father is. But coincidentally, Pierre was adopted. So, I don't know, just... you know, does he not know that, this concept exists? So that leads me to think he's a bad liar, and he's trying to protect himself. Meanwhile, all us people out there in the real world know that, when it comes to figuring out the parents, you generally you can figure it out without having to do any genetic testing. You can see it. And if you're an artist of sorts, you're going to see it right off the bat. Like, it's pretty obvious. So they went on to talk about other things as well. Pierre's a big fan of kettlebell workouts, which, there's lots of people out there that like that kind of stuff. And what else did they talk about? Pierre was plugging the Calgary Stampede, as an event to participate in, kind of trying to encourage Joe to go. And maybe he might. Who knows? We'll see. But, after 2.5 hours of that, listening to those two, I had enough. And, I called it. I watched the entire thing, but I thought it was of value to mention some of the things that happened in that podcast and share that with you, my point of view, and my comments as far as what I observe. So, with that, today's session will involve doing a 10-minute HIIT for exercise and then the fitness stress test. Now, prior to that, if you haven't already looked at the links in the comment or in the description, you'll know that I talk about, feeling the benefits and the looking at powering your body with the best, which I say is this. The X39 and the X49, you can find it by scanning this QR code I'll show you on the screen, and take advantage of the bundled price, because I'm using it today to see if I can get this new personal best record. And if you like training with vibration, I encourage you to try your luck. Spin the wheel and see if you get a discount. Click on the link in the description. And lastly, ATLA. For those who know what it is, Phil is one of the people behind it, and it's blockchain sports arena. It's going to revolutionize how teams can fundraise funds for their purposes, operations and such. And it's pretty exciting stuff. I shared a video last week, so if you're curious, peek through the replays. You'll find them also on YouTube and Rumble, and so you can use that to increase your wealth if that's what you so desire. And lastly, the benefits, as you see, what I'm going to show you today. Hopefully I reach this record, this personal best record. I'm really eager to do it today, and largely because of brand new patch here, brand new one here, and I'm ready to go after a gruesome or grueling workout yesterday. Slept well. So I'll grab the fitness tracker. This is the heart rate monitor. So you can see it's working. This is the only device that I allow myself to wear, because heart rate is kind of hard to keep track of and measure. I don't like using an Apple Watch or anything like that. I've used this heart rate monitor now for a good 10 years. as they are the original designer of this design. Shame on you, Apple, for infringing on the patents. So, you see, it's reading correctly here. So I'm going to switch the screens and set up the, lovely, yes, this camera. Of course, it's going to be stubborn. So, you know what? Maybe what I'll do is I'll just use this one today. That's all. It'll be easy peasy. So, maybe I'll make a modification here. I wonder if I can see it. Just switch this. I'm going to copy this here. Yeah, and paste it here. Paste reference. Yep, that's good. All right. So you can see that. So I am going to set the metronome as well. Probably you don't want to hear that. That's good. So and today's rope, I'm going to use the Buddy Lee Rope Master. This is a lighter rope, so I'm going to later, really? Later, remind me later. Yeah. 10-minute hit. And I'm going to set the heart rate monitor to go there. And so for the session, it'll switch back between high intensity and low intensity. And high intensity will be the pace of 165. All right. And then after this warm-up, I will try the other rope for the fitness test portion of it. Temperature is kind of cold today. All right, ready? Rope is shortening the cold air. All right. Feels good to get that one done and over with. Just muted the speaker on the micro on the for the metronome. All right, so the you can see how my heart rate has recovered quite nicely, and I'm going to increase the metronome speed to 224. So that's going to be the tempo which I'm going to use for the fitness stress test. And I've been using this particular rope that I have here in my hand, and this is the one that has the kink in it. So that's how you know it's the one that I'm going to be using. So I set that right there. You can see the handles. And this test, I'm going to try to do the fitness stress test with that tempo, 224. And I don't know why this camera here has decided not to do its thing. Of course it reset itself. That's why. Kind of restarted of some sort. Gotta love it when technology does do things that it wants. There we go. See. So now if I were to change camera, it's probably going to show. Oh, maybe not. Let's just have a quick peek here as to why it's not doing what it's doing. Okay. That one. See if it comes up here. There we go. See how that looks. Okay. Sorry for the technical difficulty here. Just gonna, there we go. Voila, we're back in business. So, you can see the rope. That's the one from last week. And I can sense the activation from both the X39 and the X49. And because the sensation that I'm feeling from the X49, it's now building up here. So that has probably lots to do with blood circulation in the body, and my body's responding to it now. And I don't know why my heart rate monitor is disconnecting from the phone, that you cease tracking the heart rate. So what I'm doing here is just replenishing my body with the fuel it needs, and I'm giving it the spark, which is the activation from the X39 and the X49, which is here. You can see 49. And now you can place the X39 underneath your belly button if you wish, or on any part of your you can place the X39 here even, or on your legs, on your feet. So there's really no restriction, because where the blood flows in the body, so does the energy, and that includes the bioenergy. So if you have blocks in blood flow and muscle flow, you generally it's an energy block. So can you offset that energy block? And the answer is yes, you can. You can use the X39 to do that, to help with removing that energy block and increase the energy inside your body, and fuel it with good choices. I like to make the choice of deuterium free 114 degree molecular bond angled water. So that water, the hydrogen bond angle is at 114 degrees. For all those people who say, oh yeah, it's nonsense, I'm like, it ain't nonsense, because there's absolutely no fluke that at my current age of 49 that I'm hitting a heart rate of over 200 regularly, and I do it with ease. So what's causing it? I ask you that question. I know what's causing it, and it's a good thing. So speaking of good thing, let's get on with the fitness test. So I'm going to set the tempo. Oh yes, and I will wear a hat. Today, I'm going to put on the good old Western, the Mustang. See if the Mustang can do the work today. I don't know if it's going to be here. Usually, yeah. I'm going to put it like this. Yeah. Normally my left hand is lower for whatever reason when I'm skipping. Oh. So I need 62 and a half. I will only start counting in my head when it starts to hurt. Meaning The pain is starting to, is causing that. All right. Do a couple skips. Just to get a feel of the location. Okay. Oh, really? Heh. Heart rate went up already. I'm excited. Yeah, I'll switch it the other side. Let's see, because the trips are early. What's going on? I'm gonna switch sides. It's 2 trips early on. Try a different hat. What the heck? I'll wear this one here. Red. For all those people that know where this place is. Wow, my heart rate is up. Big time. Kind of interesting. Why? What's going on? I'm just gonna mute that. I'm gonna drink a little bit more water here. I don't know what's up today. I really don't. It's 2 trips in a row. So, yes, this place, I've been there. It was a long time ago now. Yeah. I'm gonna try. There we go. Let's see. That one hurt the finger. I'm gonna switch the rope. What's going on today? Huh. Is this gonna be not a good day today? I don't know. I wonder what the barometric pressure is. I'm just gonna check here. Huh. Barometric pressure today. I don't know why. What's going on? Huh. I don't know what's up. I'm wondering if it has to do with what I've eaten over the last few days. Because it is influential on how the body responds. Oh, I know what I ate yesterday now. I had pasta. Not a whole wheat pasta, it was a white pasta. And I ate a fair bit of it yesterday. And that was just with a beef and tomato meat sauce. So ground beef. And I'm wondering if the pasta is not a good food choice for myself. Because I'm kind of feeling it, but kind of not. You know, it's one of those things. One thing that I changed for the last attempt was the position of how I'm holding the handles. And now I've kind of reverted away from that because I find that I put too much emphasis with my fingers. And I want my fingers involved, but also my palm as well. So holding the handle a certain way will assist the discomfort. While holding the handles a certain way will reduce the level of discomfort that I experience in the hands. So I'm going to try this way now. So this is how I'm holding it, like this. You can see in the camera, that's how I'm holding it. Alright. Let's give it a try again. This hat was kind of bouncing on me, I didn't like it. It was distracting me. So I'm going to put this one home. It's a little bit tighter. So here, there we go. Tripped on the rope. I think that's going to be it for today for the fitness stress test. I think that last one was a good attempt. And I will do last but not least, the dead man hang, which you'll see the tempo there. There we go. That fitness stress test is difficult. It requires you to really stay focused, mind-muscle connection-wise, and to sustain that level of intensity for 68 seconds is difficult, or 67 seconds is difficult. Can I do it? I think I can. I think I need to be smarter with my food choices to allow me to be able to do it. All right. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, slipping already, 16, oh, rolling, it keeps rolling on me, that bar, because it's not secured permanently. I'm only using these non-slip things, and even that moves. But then these foam handles here, they also rotate as well. They're not glued onto that bar, so it does provide an element of slip. So with that, today, okay, so I'm gonna just stop the time here. So today's date stamp, which I will show you, March 21st, 2026. Starting time was at 1:56 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Oh, okay. Maximum heart rate, I hit 169, but I believe that was probably in the beginning stages of the was right here probably. Yeah, so you can see each of my 3 attempts in the fitness stress test. So today I think was overall pretty good. Can I do better? I think so. I can. Oh, there's Phil again. And I will try. I will definitely try. And keep trying. So that's it for today. Tune in on Monday for Move It Monday. I will be back at it with working on the vibration plate, doing resistance training exercises, and I might switch it up a little bit on Monday. So tune in if you're curious. If not, hope you're following along and with your journey of improving your body to live well, live long, but most importantly, live young. It's good for you. And power your body with the best, as you see right there. Or click on the links in the description. I'd really appreciate your support. And we'll see you on Monday. Bye. Have a nice weekend.